Have you ever looked at the person sleeping next to you, the person you have built a life with, and in a quiet moment of vulnerability, asked yourself why them? Out of all the souls on this planet, why did your path converge so powerfully with this one particular person? You might tell yourself a familiar story, the story of shared interests, of convenient timing, of a magnetic attraction that felt like destiny. But deep down, you know there's more to it. There's a current that runs far beneath the surface of that story, a profound and often unseen cosmic architecture at play. We're often taught that marriage is the culmination of a search for a perfect partner, but the laws of the universe reveal a much more transformative truth. It's not about finding the as right person. It is about becoming the person you were always meant to be through the sacred reflection of the person you chose. Today, we will walk a path of understanding together. We are going to gently pull back the veil and explore the 7 universal laws of karmic partnership. These are the underlying principles that explain the profound and sometimes challenging reason why you are with the one you are with. Understanding this will not just bring peace to your mind, it will transform the very foundation of your relationship and, most importantly, your relationship with yourself. If you are ready to stop asking why in confusion and start understanding with clarity, I want you to claim that intention right now. Go to the comments and simply write, "I am ready for the wisdom." By typing these words, you are making a conscious choice to seek a deeper truth. You are sending a signal to the universe that you are open to the lesson your soul came here to learn. And if this is the kind of journey you wish to be on, one of introspection and profound growth, then consider joining our community by subscribing to this channel. You are not alone in your search for deeper meaning. Let's begin. The first profound truth we must understand is the law of the sacred mirror. This law teaches that your partner is the most honest and unflinching mirror you will ever have. The qualities in them that you most admire are often a direct reflection of the brilliance you have yet to own within yourself. And, perhaps more importantly, the traits in them that trigger your deepest frustrations, your anger, or your sadness. These are not random annoyances. They are divine signposts pointing directly to the unhealed parts of your own soul. Think about a common point of friction in your relationship. Perhaps you see your partner as being too passive, unable to make firm decisions, and it drives you to a place of immense frustration. You feel you must carry the weight for both of you. This is the anchor, the raw human experience. Now, let us ascend to the wisdom. From a space of deep awareness, we find that this frustration is not truly about them. It is the universe's way of asking you a question. Where in your own life are you being passive? Where are you failing to make a decision for your own highest good? A decision your soul is crying out for you to make. Perhaps you have stayed in a job you've outgrown, or you've silenced your own creative voice for years. Your partner's passivity is simply mirroring your own in a different form. Nature itself reveals this principle. A still lake does not create the image it reflects, it simply shows, with perfect clarity, the mountain that stands before it. Your partner is that lake. Their behavior is not the source of your emotional reaction. It is the activator of a wound or an imbalance that already exists within you. When you feel that surge of irritation, the invitation is not to change them. The sacred invitation is to pause, to breathe, and to turn your loving attention inward. You are being given a precious opportunity to heal something within yourself that you were not even conscious of. To understand this is to move from a relationship of blame to a relationship of gratitude. Your partner is not your adversary. They are your most dedicated, albeit unconscious, spiritual teacher. In every moment of friction, they are offering you a chance to see yourself more clearly and to love yourself more fully. This is the first and most fundamental karma of marriage. You have chosen a mirror for your own evolution. The second universal law that governs our most intimate bonds is the law of energetic completion. Ancient wisdom teaches us that our souls carry imprints from our past. Not just past lives, but from our earliest moments in this one. Think of your childhood experiences as a garden. In that garden, beautiful flowers of love, joy, and security were planted. But in that same soil, certain needs went unmet. Perhaps you felt unseen by a busy parent, or unheard in a loud and chaotic household. These moments created small, empty spaces in your energetic field. They are the parts of us that feel incomplete. As you grew, you learned to live with these empty spaces, often forgetting they were even there. But the soul never forgets. Then, you meet your partner. And in the beginning, it can feel like a miracle. You feel seen. You feel heard. You feel complete in a way you never have before. This is the anchor, that intoxicating feeling of finding your other half. This is not an illusion. It is a very real energetic phenomenon. Your partner's energy signature is magnetically drawn to you because it is a near perfect match for the energy that was missing from your own childhood. If you felt unheard, you may choose a partner who is a masterful listener. If you felt unprotected, you may be drawn to a partner who exudes strength and stability. This is the universe's beautiful way of giving you a second chance. It provides a corrective emotional experience. But here is where the deeper wisdom, the ascension, begins. The purpose of this energetic match is not for your partner to fill your empty spaces forever. This is a common misunderstanding that leads to immense suffering. Their role is to provide you with a safe and loving environment where you can finally learn to fill those spaces for yourself. They provide the trellis, but you must be the one to grow. For a time, their attention helps heal the part of you that felt unseen. But eventually, the lesson must be integrated. The universe will create a situation, a moment of conflict, a time of distance, where you suddenly feel unseen by them again. And it is in that precise moment that your true work begins. The pain you feel is an echo of the original wound. Your inner child is crying out. In that moment, you have a choice. You can fall into the old pattern of demanding that your partner fix your pain, or you can take a breath, place a hand on your own heart, and give that love, that attention, that feeling of being seen to yourself. This is the true meaning of completion. It's not about finding another person to make you whole. It is about being drawn to a soul who can hold a safe space while you learn to make yourself whole. Your partner's karma is to illuminate your original wound so that you, and only you, can finally heal it with your own unconditional love. The third great truth of karmic partnership is the law of shared ascent. Imagine two climbers roped together at the base of a great mountain. This mountain represents their potential for spiritual growth and conscious evolution. They are tied together not by accident, but by a shared purpose, a soul agreement to help one another make the climb. This rope is the bond of their marriage. At first, the climb might seem easy. The sun is shining, the path is clear, and they ascend together, taking turns leading and supporting. This is the honeymoon phase, a time of beautiful, synchronized growth. This is the anchor we all recognize. But every mountain has its treacherous ledges, its sudden storms. In a marriage, these are the challenges of life: financial stress, raising children, illness, or the simple erosion of time. It is during these storms that the true purpose of the karmic rope is revealed. The law of shared ascent dictates that you are designed to grow together. When one of you stumbles, the rope is there to catch them. When one of you is too tired to continue, the other is meant to provide strength and encouragement. The growth is meant to be mutual. You are each other's sacred catalyst for expansion. Now, let us ascend to the deeper wisdom. The rope that binds you is not unbreakable. If one climber decides they no longer wish to climb, if they choose to set up a permanent camp in a place of resentment or blame or victimhood, the rope becomes a source of tension. The other climber, who is still committed to the ascent, feels the pull. They are held back. They can try to pull their partner up. They can shout encouragement, but they cannot climb for them. From a place of deep awareness, we find that the most loving thing you can do in this situation is not to stop your own climb. You must continue to ascend. By continuing to grow, to heal, To expand your own consciousness, you are keeping the tension on the rope, constantly reminding your partner of the journey you agreed to take together. Your individual growth is the most powerful invitation you can offer them. It may inspire them to start climbing again, or, and this is a difficult but essential truth to embrace, they may choose to untie the rope. Some soul contracts are not for a lifetime of climbing together, but for helping one another reach a certain plateau. The end of a relationship is not a failure. It is simply the fulfillment of a specific karmic agreement. The goal is always the ascent. Sometimes you make it to the summit together, and sometimes you travel together, only for as long as is needed to learn a crucial lesson that allows your separate journeys to continue upward. Your marriage is a sacred promise to help each other grow. You must honor that promise, first and foremost, by never abandoning your own journey toward the light. The fourth powerful principle is the law of karmic balancing. We tend to think of our lives as starting with a clean slate at birth, but ancient wisdom traditions around the world speak of a soul continuity. Your soul has a history, and in that history, there are energetic accounts that have not yet been settled. These are often referred to as karmic debts, but a more compassionate way to see them is as lessons that have not yet been fully learned. These imbalances of energy can be carried across lifetimes. So let us anchor this in a feeling you might know well. Have you ever been in a relationship where you feel you are constantly giving and your partner is constantly taking? Or perhaps it's the other way around. You feel an almost unexplainable sense of guilt or obligation, and you find yourself overcompensating, doing things for them that you don't even want to do. You feel perpetually indebted, and you can't quite put your finger on why. This feeling of an imbalanced scale is often the modern-day manifestation of an ancient karmic account. Now we ascend into the wisdom of this dynamic. The laws of nature itself reveal that the universe always seeks equilibrium. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. A karmic debt is simply an energetic imbalance seeking resolution. It is possible that in a previous existence, the roles were reversed. The soul that is your partner today may have been a caregiver to you in a time of great need, and your soul, on some deep, unconscious level, remembers. You have entered into this lifetime with a subconscious agreement to balance the scales. The love you feel for them is real, but it is colored by this profound, underlying mission of energetic repayment. Understanding this law is deeply transformative because it lifts you out of the story of victimhood and martyrdom. You are not being taken advantage of in this life. You are actively participating in a profound act of soul-level healing and balancing. When you find yourself in a moment of feeling that deep imbalance, the invitation is to pause. Instead of falling into resentment, you can connect with a space of deep awareness and speak silently to the universe. I acknowledge this is a balancing. I offer this act of service, this love, this patience freely and with a compassionate heart, so that all energetic debts between us may be cleared. The true purpose is not to be a servant to your partner. It is to give freely and consciously what is owed until the scales are balanced. You will know the debt has been paid when you can continue to give from a place of pure, unconditional love without any feeling of obligation or resentment. Or you will know it is paid because the dynamic will no longer be sustainable and your paths will naturally diverge in peace, the contract having been fulfilled. You chose your partner, in part, to complete a sacred and ancient transaction of the heart. The fifth and perhaps most mysterious of these laws is the law of the unspoken contract. Before you entered this physical reality, from a space of higher consciousness, your soul and the soul of your partner made an agreement. You came together and designed a curriculum for your coming lifetime. You looked at the lessons each of you most needed to learn for your evolution. Perhaps your soul needed to learn the lesson of unconditional forgiveness, and perhaps your partner's soul needed to master the art of speaking its truth. So, you made a contract. Your partner's soul agreed, out of profound love for you, to create a situation in this life in which you would be required to practice forgiveness at the deepest level. And you, in return, agreed to behave in a way that would force them to finally find and use their voice. This is the unspoken contract. This is the sacred agreement that underpins the entire dynamic of your relationship. This concept is the anchor, the idea that there's a pre-written script. The wisdom we ascend to here is breathtakingly profound. It means that on a soul level, your partner is your greatest ally, even when, on a human level, they seem to be your greatest source of pain. The very actions that cause you suffering are often the precise fulfillment of their side of the bargain. They are playing a role that they lovingly agreed to play to provide you with the exact catalyst you need for your growth. When you are in the midst of betrayal or conflict, it feels deeply personal. It feels like an attack. But from a soul perspective, it is a lesson. It is a curriculum. When you can begin to see your challenges through this lens, everything changes. The question is no longer, how could you do this to me? The question becomes, what is this situation teaching me? What part of me is this experience designed to awaken? This does not mean you are to passively accept harmful or abusive behavior. The lesson may very well be to learn to set powerful boundaries, to honor yourself, and to walk away. Walking away is not a failure of the contract. It is often the very fulfillment of it. The contract wasn't that you would stay together forever, no matter what. The contract was that you would provide each other with the necessary experiences to learn a specific, crucial lesson. Contemplate this for a moment. That one recurring issue in your marriage, the one you fight about over and over again. What if it is not a flaw in the relationship, but the central theme of your shared curriculum? What if it's the master class you both signed up for? When you can hold this awareness, a space for compassion opens up that was never there before. You can look at your partner, even in moments of profound disagreement, and on some level recognize them as a fellow soul traveler, bravely playing their part so that you might learn yours. This changes everything. The sixth transformative truth is the law of the sacred catalyst. In the natural world, a catalyst is a substance that causes a profound, often rapid transformation without itself being changed. In a spiritual context, your partner is often the most powerful catalyst for your personal evolution. They are the grit in the oyster that creates the pearl. The purpose of a karmic partnership is very rarely about creating a life of perpetual comfort. Comfort often leads to stagnation. The true purpose is growth, and growth almost always requires discomfort. Let's anchor this in a real experience. Think of a time before you met your partner. You had certain dreams, certain ambitions, a vision for your life. Then you entered into this relationship and life happened. Responsibilities grew, compromises were made. You may have found that your partner, through their choices or even their simple presence, made it impossible for you to continue down your old path. Perhaps you had to give up a career to support their dream. Perhaps their skepticism forced you to fight harder for a belief you held dear. On the surface, this can feel like a sacrifice, a loss. You may feel that your partner is an obstacle to your personal journey. Now, we ascend to the deeper cosmic wisdom. Your partner is not the obstacle. They are the catalyst. The universe conspires through them to divert you from the path you thought you wanted, onto the path your soul actually needed. From a space of deep awareness, we see that the greatest growth never happens when things are easy. It happens when we are challenged, when our foundations are shaken, when we are forced to dig deeper and find a strength we did not know we possessed. Your partner's role as a catalyst is to create that sacred pressure. They are the whetstone against which the blade of your character is sharpened. Their resistance to your ideas may force you to clarify your own values with unwavering certainty. Their personal crisis might awaken a well of compassion and strength within you that was previously dormant. Their dreams might lead you to a new city, a new life, a new version of yourself that you would never have discovered on your own. You didn't give up your old life for them. You were guided away from a life that was too small, for the person you were destined to become. Seeing your partner as a catalyst allows you to reframe every challenge as an opportunity. This is not a problem to be solved. It is a spiritual activation. This conflict is not a sign of failure. It is a sign that a profound transformation is underway. Look back on the most difficult times in your relationship. Can you now see how those very moments forced you to become more patient, more resilient, more compassionate, more you? Your partner is the universe's chosen instrument to shape you, to polish you, and to help you realize the full magnificence of your being. Their presence in your life is not a coincidence. It is a divine intervention designed to accelerate your soul's evolution. The seventh and final law, which sits at the heart of all the others, is the law of unconditional presence. After we explore all the complex machinery of karma, the mirrors, the contracts, the balancing of debts, we arrive at a destination of profound simplicity. The ultimate lesson that every karmic partnership is designed to teach is the lesson of love. Not the romantic, conditional love that is so often celebrated, but a far deeper, more resonant unconditional presence. This is the ability to be with another person in their totality, without needing them to be any different than they are. Let us anchor this. Think about the countless times you have tried to change your partner. You've offered advice, you've critiqued their choices, you've pushed them to be more ambitious, more tidy, more like you. You've done this from a place of love, believing that if they would just change these few things, they would be happier and your relationship would be better. But it leads to a perpetual struggle, a feeling that you are swimming against the current. It is exhausting, and it slowly erodes the foundation of acceptance upon which true intimacy is built. This constant effort to fix, manage, and improve another person is our shared human experience. Now let us ascend to the highest wisdom offered to us through these sacred unions. The final examination in the school of karmic marriage is to let go of the need to change your partner at all. The true destination of this journey is to learn to offer them the gift of your pure, loving presence, to be a space of unwavering acceptance for who they are in this very moment. Not who they could be or who you want them to be, but who they are. This is the love that mirrors the love of the divine. It does not demand, it does not critique, it simply holds space. It sees the perfection in the imperfection. To practice this is the hardest work there is. It requires you to release control. It requires you to heal the parts of you that are triggered by their behavior. It requires you to trust that their soul is on its own perfect journey and that you are not their manager, but their loving witness. When you can sit with your partner in their sadness without trying to cheer them up, when you can listen to their anger without becoming defensive, when you can watch them make a mistake without saying, "I told you so," you are stepping into mastery. You are becoming a sanctuary for their soul, and the laws of nature reveal a final, beautiful paradox. The moment you completely release the need for your partner to change is the moment they are given the space to transform. Your acceptance becomes the fertile ground in which their own growth can finally and authentically take root. The entire journey of karma, through all its twists and turns, is designed to burn away everything that is not love. What remains is presence, and in that presence, you find not only the true purpose of your marriage, but the very essence of your own being. Your marriage is a sacred path. It is not always easy, but it is always purposeful. You did not choose your partner by chance, but by a deep and knowing contract of the soul. They are your mirror, your catalyst, and your greatest teacher. They are the karma you chose to bring you back home to yourself. Thank you for walking this path with me today. If these words have resonated with the deep, quiet truth inside of you, I invite you to make a commitment to this journey of discovery. Subscribe to this channel, not just as a viewer, but as a student of your own life. Every time we meet here, we will continue to explore the profound wisdom that lives within you and within your most important relationships. Commit to your own awakening. I look forward to seeing you again.